today's video, which is a very exciting one. A video I've been wanting to do for ages, but I was a tiny bit nervous to do this video because in order to do this video, I had to text a little someone. And you've probably by the title of this video, you've already guessed who that little someone is. And it's only my favorite booktuber ever. Like literally, the speed I click on a new video that Sara has uploaded is not even funny. Sorry if I touch my hair like a ton. These bangs are annoying. In today's video, we're gonna be reading and rating Sara Carrolli's 3 recommendations. Let's get right into this video. So I'm going to text Sara. Well, I'm gonna DM. Text would be nice. And I have DM'd her before, and she's a super sweet human being. And she definitely answers super fast. And she's so humble. And I feel like that just also adds to why I love her so much. I'm like a tiny bit of a fangirl, maybe even a big fangirl, but whatever. So I'm gonna DM her, and then we're gonna see what she answers. So I sent her a DM, and when she answers, we're gonna reconvene. So Sara has answered, and she gave me 3 books, 2 romances and 1 fantasy, of which Love and Other Words I have on my bookshelves currently, and I was planning on reading this because Sara always raves about it, so I was like, I need to read it, but I was always scared because I was like, oh, what if I don't feel the same way? And everyone on freaking booktube loves this book, so I was like, I need to love it. Then second is Once Upon a Broken Heart, which I don't have and I need to go buy. The third is The Bodyguard, which I already know that I can't get. First of all, never wanted to read The Bodyguard. Why am I so sassy right now? I never wanted to read that. I don't know, the book just hasn't tickled my fancy, but I definitely know that I can't get a physical copy of it. It comes out like June or July here, and I'm not gonna spend like 40 euros. The hard copy like cover is 40 euros right now, and I'm not gonna spend that type of money, so I'm gonna have to download it on my Kindle, which is fine. 2 physical books and 1 ebook is fine, right? So yeah, we're gonna get into that, and I'm super excited. I feel like I was so weird in the whole intro thing.
Are you coming over? That's cool. I could use a little something to do. We could go outside, take a little ride if you want to. That's cool. I did what I was supposed to. There's nothing left for me to do. So now I'm walking out my head through open windows, 'cause that's what I feel like. Do it.
I literally just came back from work. That's why it's like literally pitch black outside. Do I just like turn on my light? I don't know if that's any better. Anytime I say better, it's like, and the honey butter from that like song Sweet. I don't know if anyone knows it, but in my head, and a spray can. But yeah, I got a book since I had to order Once Upon a Broken Heart. I ordered it, and I defo got the version that I didn't want to get, which is the pink one. I mean, it's the same book. I feel like it's gonna be the same, no? Are there like some illustrations in the other one that I won't have here? I don't think so. I'm excited to read when I'm done with my other book, but I thought might as well just unbox it on camera since this is part of the reading vlog. It's kind of pretty though. I do like it, but the black cover is definitely prettier than this one. So as you just saw, I went book shopping, but that was like a few days ago, and I didn't find any of the books that I got recommended that I didn't have at home. I did order, what's the name again? Once Upon a Broken Heart. The Bodyguard, I'm just gonna have to read on my Kindle because I literally scoured the internet, the World Wide Web, and I cannot find it for the life of me. Book Depository, Amazon, every single platform where you can get the books literally tells me that I can't get it before like I think like 27th of like July or so. So I'm definitely not doing that because I don't want this video to go on for like months. Oh my god, this poor book. I hate it when books are like a little bit damaged. This is like the perfect excuse to read this book. Let's start with this book because I did actually just finish Magnolia Parks, the first book, and I have to say I'm a stan. I'm definitely not a hater, and I already love the universe. But this is not about Magnolia Parks, but I do have a little bit of like a reading hangover, so that's great, I guess. Going into like the most loved book of all time. I'm like, I don't know why, but I put so much pressure on myself to actually like this now. I always like pick my highlighters according to the books. Is that weird? kidding me? She's talking about something like super sad on the first page in the prologue, and I'm like already tearing up. Please don't do this to me. I did not know this was a sad book. I don't think it's a sad book, is it? I just know second chance romance. I don't know anything else really.
Been so long in my head, caught up in my feelings. I've been waiting for something new to happen, and when it happens,
I don't think I'm made for reading books, I'm telling you. Like, I don't know if anyone else cried at the prologue, but my emotions, I don't know, maybe I'm just emotional. I'm in like an emotional wreck. I swear I cried. I cry at like every book, whether it's like happy tears or sad tears, but I definitely felt all of the feels. I already like the book. I like it from like the first, I'm on page 7 now. I'm hooked, I want to read. I feel like the writing is really, really, really nice.
falling to pieces in my room. Are you coming over? That's cool. I could use a little something to do. We could go outside, take a little ride if you want to. That's cool.
I swear, why do I keep getting told that another person is dead? Like, the poor girl. Her life seems a little bit miserable.
You want me to say something? I come up with nothing. Maybe we can talk until we figure.
Okay, unless I'm like misunderstanding everything right now, I think Elliot's birthday is the same day as mine, which is kind of cute. I don't know why, but I like that fact about the book. October 5th. The guy is a Libra, and I should have known from the way he can't decide whether he wants eggs or pancakes, because that's me and that's Libras. They can never decide. I definitely love that his birthday is the same day as mine. It's stupid to be excited about that thing, but I mean, I like the book so far, so it's not just his birthday, obviously. Everything's very cute, but I also think it's like really sad, and I didn't know it was a sad book.
Falling to pieces in my room. Are you coming over? That's cool. I could use a little something to do. We could go outside, take a little ride if you want to.
Oh god, I look so bad right now. I thought I'd give a little reading update, as I'm like, I think I'm on page 137, which is like not even halfway through. I thought I'd give a little update, see what I'm thinking. I'm thinking tears, sad, and pain right now, because for me it's a sad book. I don't know how it's gonna evolve, but I love the writing and I'm like really intrigued to keep on reading, which is always a good sign with the book. I love the story. I like her, I love him, and I really love her dad. Other than that, I can't really say anything right now because I mean, I'm only that far into it, so I feel like the story is still yet to evolve. Oh, okay. It says on the back, so it's not a spoiler, she is with another man, and I thought I would really hate that other man because I love Elliot. But right now I don't, because I kind of feel like he handled a situation really, really well. But I'm still like not rooting for him at all. I'm like, toss him, go with Elliot, please and thank you. Can we get over this phase? Because it definitely is a phase.
Falling to pieces in my room. Are you coming over? That's cool. I could use a little something to do. We could go outside, take a little ride if you want to. That's cool. I did what I was supposed to. There's nothing left for me to do. So now I'm poking out my head through open windows. 'Cause that's what I feel like.
Why do I literally look so washed out? This is so bad. This is so bad. Does it make more sense to go here? Does it? I look washed out and I look shit with these glasses. So we're just gonna take them off because I am just like that, like fussy about these glasses. I'm literally over halfway and I haven't updated since like, I don't know, 800 or something. I'm in the book of the story now. This book definitely makes me want to read. It keeps me interested the whole time. I like the alternating timelines between then and now because it's like literally, you're not like in a rut. Like if you think that like one story is a little bit like slow, then the other one's gonna be like fast paced, you know? So you always have like this like little time jumps. Still love Elliot. He's like a dream. Oh my god, I'm really scared that I won't give this book 5 stars because right now it doesn't feel like 5 stars. I know it's fine if I don't. Everyone loves this book so much and I can see why they love it. I really can. But right now it wouldn't be my favorite book. Like it's still nothing until this day has topped Ivy. Nothing. Oh, Magnolia Parks and Ivy are like top tier, but maybe that's just like what I like to read because I feel like they're kind of similar, like the elite gossip girl vibes thing, you know? And I'm gonna keep on reading and I think I'm gonna finish that today. So that means I read it in like 2.5 days and I had to work, so that's pretty good. I also don't have a ton of time to read right now. I don't make coffee. Where's my coffee? Let me get my coffee. Ignore the mess. My room is always a mess. I'm gonna have to like start cooking in math 24 minutes, which less than ideal. I want to be reading right now, but I've got like a personal, what is it? Personal trainer hour thing. He's just basically gonna do like a fitness plan and then I'm gonna follow that fitness plan. So I don't know if it's a personal trainer or what it is, but you know what I mean. So I'm gonna have to leave and not read, which is sad.
Falling to pieces in my room. Are you coming over? That's cool. I could use a little something to do. We could go outside, take a little ride if you want to. That's cool.
I'm not okay. I'm not okay. Why do I look this ugly while crying? This book is literally tearing me up. It hurts. It hurts so much. I don't know if I can read it. I don't know if I can. You can't even see me. I love how I literally haven't got ready for this video whatsoever. Little update. I finished this book and oh my god, the last clip that you saw me was me bawling, but after that I was bawling as in like I was crying like a little baby. I don't know if you read this, you know what happens towards the end and what she explains and what like the big mystery is about why they didn't speak anymore. And oh my god, that got me so emotional. I have to give it 5 stars. I mean, all of the emotions that it provoked out of me. The writing was great. It was super fast paced the whole time. Like I already said, I loved like to keep on reading. I loved the way Elliot loved Macy. Like there was no doubt in his mind that she was his #1 true and only love, you know? He really gave her the space to be vulnerable and I loved that. I do think it's 5 stars, but I'm just not, how can I put this into words without sounding like a complete idiot? I just have to say, like, I liked Magnolia Parks more. Did I though? These are such different books. See, I feel like this is a 5 star and like Ivy and Magnolia Parks are like a 6 star. You know what I mean? Like this is no doubt in my mind is a 5 star. I just don't know if I like it as much as I like the other 2 books. But it is definitely 5 star. I loved it. Thank you, Sara, for making me read this. And I annotated the book as well, which is always a good sign. 1 book down, 2 books to go. Speaking of 2 books to go, this morning I started Once Upon a Broken Heart. All these books are pink. I could have just named this video like reading pink books. I have to say, with fantasy, I'm only like literally page 8, but I feel fantasy so much. I never know, because it says, for example, first page it says the bell. I thought like the bell was ringing, like ding dong, but like the bell is fucking magical or whatever. Like, my god, this is so complicated for my brain to actually know what a normal object, what words are made up and actually mean something, and what parts are just like insignificant because they actually mean what they mean. But I feel like from just like reading the back of the book, which I almost never do, I did with this one because I know on fantasy I'm gonna be hella out of sorts if I don't at least read the back of the book. I feel like it shouldn't be too made up. Like, judging from the first 8 pages, that's definitely not true. There's also like a whole ass map, and when that happens, it like, I get scared because then I have to understand the world, you know. They want me to understand. So it's good that this is not fake, because then it's more like made up politics. But I think this is made up as well. It's fantasy, obviously. I'm a bit confused. We're gonna read a bit more and then I think I'm gonna get into it. Sarah definitely said that the second one, like the second book in the series, is her favorite. So if I like this, I'm definitely gonna give the second one a chance. I literally look like I'm sick. I'm not. I feel like I'm not getting enough sun or air, or I don't know. I came on here to talk about Once Upon a Broken Heart, which I think I'm like on page like 80. I'm at part 2 right now with the book. That's why I thought maybe I'd update you on all of my thoughts so far. I did write it down. Let me just have a look. Okay, so I said I like Marisol, the stepsister. I'm not quite sure if I should like her or not, because I'm not sure if she's actually evil but pretends to be nice. Oh, I love the little like newspaper excerpt thingies, like these ones. I love them. I think they're so fun. They break the book up a little bit. Oh, I love Jax. I'm like a stan for Jax. Like, these don't come for me, but I love Jax. He's like top tier. Love his like attitude. And I haven't seen a lot of him. Like, I need to get more of him, please. I literally watched Sara carrolli's, what was it? Like getting out of reading slump yesterday, and she read the second book to the series, and she said that you get a lot more of Jax in the second book, which, first of all, I'm happy, because if I'm gonna read the second book, I'm gonna see more of my like favorite character. But second of all, that makes me believe that in this book I'm not getting a lot of him, so that's a little bit sad. I am enjoying this book. It's definitely not too difficult for me to understand. I can read it fairly quickly for my standards. It's not anything crazy. I'm like, oh my god, this book is gonna be like 5 stars, best book ever. So we're just gonna have to see what goes on. I still don't know if I'm like a fantasy girly yet, but please excuse the mess in the background, but I really can't be bothered to clean that up right now because I have to go to byeeeee class. I don't even know how to pronounce it. Kind of want to finish this before I go. I'm probably not going to be able to, because I've got like a little over 100 pages left, like 115 or so. I thought I'd give a little update, considering that I am at the end. I did start part 3 right now, and I have to say I'm really liking this. Like, definitely my opinions on people changed a lot. Some say the same, and I am really enjoying this right now. Like, I do think I'm liking this. About Once Upon a Broken Heart. Loved it. Like, the beginning was definitely not even slow, but it's just fantasy. It's not romance, it's fantasy. There is there even a bit of romance in there? I mean, the whole book is about romance. I did in fact finish Once Upon a Broken Heart. For now, I started The Bodyguard. I downloaded it on my Kindle. It was $12.99 for a fucking Kindle book. I think I've never bought a book from Kindle period, but I've definitely wasn't planning on buying a $12.99 book for Kindle. Like, I like physical books. I don't mind spending a lot of money on physical books, but whatever. I'm on page 39 right now. I think it's good, as in like it keeps me wanting to read because it's written really well, I think. Don't love the premise of the book and the trope and stuff yet, but I feel like that's gonna come. I really hate the boyfriend. I love Glenn. I think he's so funny. I know he's not the most perceptive to emotions, or at least he doesn't care about them. But he's so funny. But her, I don't know if I like her, but she's going through a tough time. So like, I just feel sorry for her right now, you know. Good morning. I have been reading. I'm on page 224 and I'm 72% through the book, which means we're probably gonna finish today. I don't like her whiny attitude. I don't know, it just annoys me. I'm like, bitch, you're gonna be with the hottest guy on earth, so why are you whining? The only thing that really like annoys me about this book is like, I feel like she's not doing her job. Does that make sense? Because like, the premise of this book is obviously, as the title says, the bodyguard. Like, she's supposed to be a bodyguard, and I feel like she's very uncareful and like anxious and scared. I love how Jack is with animals. Like, oh my god, the horse scene. Like, if you know, you know. Let's talk about the books that we read this week. It's not this week. I'm not even gonna try and lie. I read these books in like, I think 3 weeks, 2.5. Yeah, but let's talk about the books. I have some notes here, so if I'm looking down here, that's why. So the first book that I read was Love and Other Words, and I mean, this was a reading vlog, so you probably know what it's about, but if you don't, and I've not said it in this video, obviously, I'm just gonna give like a 2-sentence introduction to the book, to every book. So it's basically just Macy and Elliot. It's a childhood friends to lovers. They meet at like this vacation home, and then something, like, they get to know each other, little romance evolves, and then something happens. Now you're like basically following the story, trying to find out what happened, and at the same time you're seeing like the two battling with their like feelings, and do they want to get back together, do they not, you know what I mean. So childhood friends and lovers with like 2 timelines alternating. I gave this book 5 stars. At first I was like, it didn't give me that like 5-star feel that, like, for example, Magnolia Parks or Ivy gave me, because those are like my top tier all-time like fave books. This one was so great, but it didn't give me that feel. So I was like, okay, maybe I'll give it like 4.5. But then I thought about like my critique about this book, and I literally have nothing bad to say. So I was like, I cannot give this anything less than 5 stars. It was like a super quick read. As you saw, I felt all of the emotions, like inwardly and outwardly. I thought it was so cute that they had like this fave word thing going on, and I also loved the formatting, that those text messages in the book. And I also thought that their communication and like the flashbacks when they were younger was elite. In the now timeline, it's like a bit iffy, but then timeline, I thought they handled like their communication so well. And I also loved the like, it's like, people talk about this book, it's like the love that you feel, and that's so true. It's like, there's no other love, especially if you like look at Elliot, and like he doesn't doubt that love for seconds. It's like, so cute. I did give it 5 stars and I did love it. Thank you, Sarah, for making me read this finally, because I was so scared that I wasn't gonna like it, but I don't even know why because it was so cute. Next I read Once Upon a Broken Heart, and this is a fantasy, and I really didn't think I was gonna like it because, like, first of all, wasn't really in the mood to read a fantasy. Second of all, me and fantasy are not besties yet, but I feel like we are after this book. So I gave this book like 4.5 stars because I loved it. The half point that's like missing to a 5 is basically just because in the beginning I couldn't really get into it that fast. Like the first part was like I read that in a day, and then I was like, I don't really want to pick it up anymore. But that was only because like fantasy, there's no romance going on, and I was like, I'm a romance girly, I need some romance. But that picked up so quick and I loved it. Evangeline, I hate to pronounce her name because I see everyone pronouncing it differently. Evangeline, whatever. Mrs. Fox, she basically goes to this fate, the Prince of Heart, and wants her like true love, who's gonna get married, to not get married. Basically she has to like offer 3 kisses to Jax. He can use those kisses in different scenarios, then he promises to like stop the wedding, whatever. It was definitely the first fantasy that I actually like said I loved this book. The whole like fairy tale-esque is way more mine than fairies and stuff. Didn't love The Cruel Prince, but also everyone says that Cruel Prince isn't like the best book. Again, here I also love the formatting. It had like these little newspaper excerpts. I also loved the interaction between the fates. Oh my god, I really want to see more of that. I also love Jax. But yeah, this book was left on a cliffhanger and I'm really excited to see how that whole situation evolved. And with that, I do have the second book right here and I am reading it. And yes, this is the big version and this is the small one, and yes, it annoys the heck out of me, but I wasn't gonna wait until August until the smaller paperback comes out. And a plus is this is like super floppy and this wasn't floppy at all, so you win some, you lose some, am I right? The last book was The Bodyguard, which I bought on my Kindle. Originally I gave this book 3 stars because like I feel like I went into this book not really excited to read it because like I never had any intention of reading this book. I think I said this in the video as well. I was never intrigued by it, so I was like, okay, let's see where this goes. But honestly, after finishing it, I've thought about this book more than I've thought about a lot of other books. So I was like, I gotta bump that up, but I was like 3.5, still not enough, but 4 was definitely too much because like it wasn't a 4-star read, so I was like 3.75. I would definitely hate giving 0.25 or 0.75, but it's like just fit. 3.75, like it was really good. And I love the whole premise of the book because like I've never read anything similar to it and I get why people like it. I didn't love the main character and I feel like that's why it's only a 3.75 and not more, because I didn't love her. I don't know, she had something like whiny about her she couldn't get like really on board with. She also really didn't act like a bodyguard in my opinion because she was like so like scared and stuff. I loved him and I loved Glenn. It was closed door, which also refreshing for a romance. I don't mind either way. I do like smut. I don't care if there's a smutty scene in a book. It's not super heavy on the romance in my opinion, so if you want a really like romance heavy book, this is probably not the book for you. And it was written really well, so I was really surprised. I really liked it. To conclude this video, I'm super happy. These were all really highly rated books. So obviously, what did I think? Miss Queen Sara obviously has a good book taste, and I do really have a very similar taste. So I wasn't afraid that I was gonna have like some bad books in the video, but I was definitely surprised by the fantasy the most, that I did love it as much. But yeah, I'm really glad I read these. I probably wouldn't have read 2 out of the 3 books. I wouldn't have read probably anytime soon or anytime ever, so I'm really happy I read them because they were really highly rated. And so thank you, Miss Sara, formally thank you for recommending these books, and I had a lot of fun filming this video. So if you guys liked this video, let me know. Maybe I can get some other booktubers, book talkers, book creators, so give me some recommendations. Yeah, with that, thank you for watching and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.